Hi, I'm Erin Brown with Homeschool Connections and Aquinas Writing at Advantage, and we're here today with Dr. Mary Cuff. Mary, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
And we're going to talk today a little bit about who you are and where you come from and your role here at Aquinas Writing Advantage. And let's start with just your background and what brings you to teaching high school students, the senior level high school student courses here at Aquinas Writing Advantage with Homeschool Connections.
Well, I have a doctorate in American literature and graduate certification in classical rhetoric. I went to the University of Dallas for my undergraduate. And honestly, one day I was sitting there in the common area writing a paper, and a friend came by and said, "Hey, Mary, can you have me? Can you read my paper? I don't know if it's any good." And I said, "Okay, I'll read it. I mean, taking a break from my own paper, I'll read your paper."
Sure.
And then another friend came by and said, "Hey, you know what, can you read my paper?" Next thing you know, I had 20 people, some people I barely knew, asking me, "Hey, can you read my paper? The Writing Center is booked." And I ended up spending all day reading people's papers and helping them, edit them. And I thought to myself, you know what, that was fun. I want to do that. And so I graduated from University of Dallas, went to the Catholic University of America for graduate school. And the rest is history. I've been teaching classical rhetoric classes to college freshmen. I taught a couple to college upperclassmen as well. After I graduated with my doctorate from Catholic University, I spent a year up in Toronto teaching honors students, largely the same sorts of stuff. It was a different class, but my role in it was paper construction, researching, thinking through argumentation, all that fun stuff. Got done with that, moved down to Pennsylvania, and thought to myself, hey, you know what? Let's keep doing that. So here I am.
Oh, fun. So lots of education, lots of how-to, lots of hands-on work brought you here. And I just want to take a few of the terms that we're throwing around because we know them well as writers and teachers of upper level, college level writing and upper level high school writing, things like rhetoric. And I know your specialty is in rhetoric, and our 12-1 course that you teach here at Homeschool Connections, and you do the live teaching and grading services, is rhetorical forms. It's rhetoric. How to use rhetoric in writing. Well, what does that mean? I'm going to put you on the spot here a little bit. What is rhetoric?
What is rhetoric? A lot of people think it's a bad word. Oh, that's just rhetoric, right?
Right.
No, it's a great thing. Rhetoric is the means by which we figure out how to communicate effectively to a particular person, an audience. So we can't say everything in the same way to everybody. So rhetoric is like a toolbox of elements of speech, of writing, of communication, where we say, okay, that person would understand what I'm saying about this topic best if I organize it in this way or present it in that way. And so rhetoric is a very useful, essential thing in interacting with people, both in a written way and then in a spoken way as well. So
exactly. Way of communicating, and in writing, the way that we write, I love that you said this, it's not the same for everybody. And the way that we're going to reach one person is different from the way we reach another and another. And there are these different forms, rhetorical forms, or ways to write, like argumentation, or like comparison and contrast, and all of these ways that we write that are different. So we do that in the senior level courses here at Homeschool Connections with your courses. And there's also a whole course, the 12-2 course is on argumentation and getting ready for college argumentative writing. Right. Tell us a little bit about your experience working with college students and that kind of a paper.
I spent 5 years teaching college freshmen. I was the first face they saw in college. Very first morning of their first day, they walked in and I said, here's how to write a college paper. I spent the whole course on the necessary skills to survive every other college course, because you do a lot of writing in college.
Yes, you do.
So we walked through every part of a college paper, what to expect in a college paper, what makes it a rigorous, well-researched, well-organized paper, how to format it, how to cite it, how to do all of those things, so
Right.
that they didn't walk into their other classes and be told, turn this thing in a month and say, what am I doing?
What do I do? Right?
So
Which is,
I prepared them for what came next.
and that's the case for a lot of college freshmen and people who are just beginning. And what I love is in the courses that you teach, we cover all of that here in the senior
Yes.
level, so that students are very prepared and
Right.
feel very comfortable going
So
into college.
looks like a familiar experience.
That's
as
right.
opposed to deer in the headlights. Oh no,
Absolutely.
what did I get myself into?
That's right. Absolutely. So I am so thrilled that you are, along with our other teachers here, carrying that and leading our students into those skills so that they're very, very confident in college. Well, I want to ask you too, for the people watching, what is something that they wouldn't know about you just reading your bio here on the website or watching this video? What is something special about you and what you're like that you bring to the table?
Well, I am a homeschooler, a former homeschooler myself. Never stepped foot in a school setting until college. And my husband and I decided to do the same thing for our kids. So I don't have any high schoolers yet, but
Not yet.
I am teaching reading to a couple of little kids right now, and it's quite fun. And yeah, we do all sorts of fun stuff together. We like to garden, and we like to wander around identifying plants. Love doing that. Love reading, obviously. All
Yeah.
those fun activities that bring nature inside and reading outside.
That's great. And what I think people watching this are going to love, what I love to hear and know about you, is that you were a homeschooler yourself. You're homeschooling your children, and you're bringing your skills to homeschoolers. It's just such a perfect circle, right? And I just love that.
Homeschooling is a great thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, if you're watching this and you have a student who you would love to have your student in those upper level skills and be super confident going into college with all the skills that they need in writing, the 12 series is a must for you and your student to be fully prepared for college and beyond. Even if you're going into maybe taking a gap year, or if you're going into some other skills areas and mentoring and some other skills areas, these skills that you learn in communication in the 12 series courses are super, super important. Mary, if someone wants to get a hold of you and has questions about the classes or about instructor access one-on-one grading services in the unlimited access area, what is a good email for them to reach out and get a hold of you and ask those questions?
Sure. So it is M as in Mary, M Cuff, CUFF, like handcuff. So M Cuff, HSC@gmail.com.
Awesome. MCUFFHSC@gmail.com.
Yes. And I welcome any
Awesome.
questions.
That's great. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Thank you for watching, parents and students. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. And you can also go to AquinasWritingAdvantage.com to find out about what's inside Dr. Cuff's courses. Those are the 12 series courses, 12-1, 12-2. Go ahead and check out that website, and we hope to see you in Dr. Cuff's courses. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.